Good morning. It's such a beautiful day outside. It really is. And I was thinking about that most of the times that we meet in the morning, it's a beautiful day outside. Sometimes it's a little dark, rainy, but by and large, every time we've met here online, I've been saying it's a beautiful day outside. And you know what? We have to always think that way because there are always going to be dark spots and dark times in our life and dark issues. But if we look at the balance of everything that is going on and we look at what we have to be thankful for and blessed for, there's a lot of good that we should be thankful for. Thanksgiving, our whole country is getting ready to observe Thanksgiving now. But in Judaism, we have Thanksgiving every single morning. Every single morning we wake up and we say that Thanksgiving prayer of Moda Ani Lefanecha. We thank God, Shechzarta bi nishmasi, that you returned my soul and gave me life. If we know how valuable and precious every moment of the day is that we're breathing, then the things that don't go so well, we deal with. But be appreciative of every day and every moment of the day. So good morning. It's Wednesday morning, our midweek boost. And I want to remind everyone once again that you can always find these recordings and the most recent and current links to these broadcasts on jewishcenter.info/Rabbi Shem Tov, amongst all our other virtual programs that we are taking, that we organize on jewishcenter.info/virtual. So, my dear friends, a very short thought, middle of the week. A lot of people are busy getting ready to either, some people are traveling, don't tell anyone, but either to travel or prepare or to wind down everything you have to do so you can enjoy the upcoming Thanksgiving holiday. So I want to share a thought of mine that I have this morning, and that is, you know what? I've been hearing a lot from people the last few days. It's going to be very different Thanksgiving. Without the guests and without the meals and everybody usually around the table. And even if you do have some guests, some kids, parents, sure, won't tell anyone, but everyone come, but it's still not the same. And I listen and I think, you know what? Been there, done that. For us Jews, we have been dealing with this issue from the very onset of the pandemic, when it was Pesach and our Seder, and then later Shavuos, and then the holidays, the beautiful holiday of Sukkah, when we're really sitting alone in our sukkah, when we always have so many guests. And there's something I want to share with you. And that is, you know what? In every challenge, there is light. And sometimes you need to take away all the trappings of a certain experience to really appreciate what it's truly all about. So if you're not rushing and around and trying to prepare for a meal for a gazillion different people, and you now have a little more time, first of all, you have more time to connect with those that are at the table. You're really close. The people that are at your table are probably the closest people in your life. And maybe it gives you the opportunity to grow closer to them and also to grow closer to the meaning of what it is that you're celebrating. So many Shabbat dinners that I had with my children and my wife, just us alone, have created such stronger bonds for us. I still miss all our guests, and we all can't wait to share our Shabbos table again with everyone and our holiday tables with everyone. But there's always something to learn. There's always something to gain, and appreciate what you do have, the people that are sitting around your table. Connect and engage with those people. And this is the theme that I want to discuss this morning. Are you engaged? I read something the other day I want to share with you, and I think this really encapsulates what I'd like you to think about over the next few days. An elderly fellow is in his apartment, and his daughter calls him dad, or actually the other way around. He calls his daughter and he says, "Can you please take me to the bank? I want to make a deposit." And she says, "Dad, I'll take you to the bank, but it'll be so much easier if you just learn how to do your banking online. And today you can make a deposit with your phone. It'll be so much more convenient. Why do you have to insist not to do that?" And he says, "Honey, just take me to the bank and I'll show you why." So I don't know what she had in her mind, but what he's going to show her in the bank. But she takes him to the bank, And he goes to the teller and they're having a conversation. How are you, Mr. Jones? And she speaks back to her. And some of the people sitting at the desks, they know each other. They've been speaking to each other. And then as they're walking out, he turns to his daughter and says, this you can't get online. There's a lot more than just to deposit money in the bank. See, for me, I'm elderly. I sit home all day. This is the time I get to connect to people. I'm able to say hello. They know me. I know them. We develop a relationship. And in fact, let me tell you, little sweet honey girl, that a few weeks ago, your mom was taking a walk outside and she fell. And there were a few cars that passed by. No one knew her. The car that stopped was the fellow grocer who she always meets and speaks to when she does her shopping. Picked her up and brought her home, and she's okay. So he teaches her a very important lesson in life. It's not just all about the physical act that you do. That we can do online. But relationships and human interaction, there's no substitute to being engaged in relationships with people. And sometimes you go out of the house, not to make a deposit, but to see people. And sometimes you go out of the house, not just to get fresh air, but to meet your neighbor. And these are the things that we have learned to do over the last few months, when a lot of our, I would say, external relationship meetings at work, business trips, whatever it is that we've done has kind of subsided. We learn to engage with people, to engage with reality. And therefore, as we celebrate holidays and Shabbos and all whatever it is that you celebrate, when you're maybe a little set back from engaging with people, try to reinforce that engagement. There are other ways we can reinforce. Pick up a phone, go for a walk. You can meet someone social distance, but don't give up on that unique gift that we have of human interaction. Because more than you give to others, others will give back to you. And in this sense, we could use technology to give a phone call, because even though it's technology, but the human voice, the concern, the care for the other person is what sometimes is so uplifting to both of us, to both of you and everyone that's engaged. And I have a simpler way and resolution that we should all make. And that is what we call the cell phone. The cell phone is one of the biggest disruptors of human engagement and human interaction. And all of us fall into this trap. When you're sitting with family members, you're sitting with people you love, people that are close, people that want your attention, and that you get a text and they get a text. And all of a sudden, inevitably, within minutes, if you don't really focus, everyone is not engaged with each other, but they're engaged with this piece of glass. This piece of glass is a very valuable tool. It has created so much more productivity in our lives. And in fact, it creates so much more connection in our life. We're able to talk to people that we can't see. We're able to communicate with people that we can't see. But don't let it be a distraction with people that you could see and people that are sitting across the table from you. And therefore, when we either are getting together with family or getting together with less family, whatever holiday it is that brings that to your forefront, don't think about what you don't have. Let that inspire you to connect deeper to what you do have. And that becomes the message of this whole experience. Human interaction, human engagement, and the social value that there is when we are together with people. And although, as I said before, but I want to repeat, although you may be together with less people, be closer to the people that you're with. Those are the closest people in your lives. Those are the greatest relationships that we must continue to build. And therefore, my dear friends, I want to conclude that holidays come and holidays go. Times come and times go. We need to always be focused on the moment. And here at Lubavitch of Bucks County, we, from day one of pandemic, have always kind of reinvented the wheel, but doing the same thing about providing opportunity for people to be engaged and not to allow this important time just to pass. And we've done that for every holiday during the high holidays, and Hanukkah is no different. And I want to bring your attention to our website that has all our Hanukkah events. We've created so many different things that are appropriate for the time that people are dealing with COVID and this pandemic. We've created opportunities for people to celebrate outdoors, and we've many times had outdoor Hanukkah celebrations, but this will be with social distancing, prepackaged latkes, prepackaged donuts. We even have, if your person can't make it out and you're concerned about coming to big crowds, we will bring the celebration to you with a very special project that we've done. You'll find that on jewishcenter.info/Hanukkah events. But my point is, Hanukkah is coming. Don't let it pass. Find the opportunity that you can use this festival to engage closer and deeper with the people you love and the people you care. But for today, have a very meaningful and wonderful day. For today, look to connect to somebody that either can, look to connect to somebody that can either use your phone call or someone whose phone call you could use. Let us not allow this to be a moment where we disengage, but a moment that our disengagement from external things should allow us to more deeply engage to the things that are very important. Have a very successful, meaningful, and engaging day. Have a good